Junior Adventurers League, Professor Figment enlisted our adolescent heroes to steal a holy avenger, in truth, a lich's phylactery, out from under the clutches of the steel sistren. Although successful in their task, our adolescent heroes may have earned the enmity of not only a knightly order, but also an arch-lich. This week, however, they are joined by Professor Erasmus von Thrash, the Dragonborn instructor of primitive cultures and anger management. Investigating a rash of kidnappings in the Sashuran Hills, the party was ambushed at night by a band of ogre raiders. Now, with the professor lying unconscious at their feet, nothing stands between the hungry ogres and the Junior Adventurers League. This is episode 6, Hail to the Chief. All right, welcome everybody to the Junior Adventurers League. This is an actual play podcast that is brought to you by the creators and cast of Experience Points. In the Junior Adventurers League, our heroes are students at the Gygaxian School of Future Adventurers, a fantasy boarding school that teaches children everything they need to know about exploring dungeons and slaying dragons. Each week, our adolescent heroes undertake a new and perilous quest, chosen by our audience in a weekly poll that will test their skills, their knowledge, and their teamwork.
For those of you who woke up to find yourself in this stream, Experience Points is a 12-part web series based on Dungeons & Dragons and the people who play it, and it can be found on YouTube, and you can rewatch it as many times as you want there. It's okay. We won't judge you.
We won't judge you if you watch it 18 times.
Really like you to do that. We are currently working on funding for our second season, and we have a Patreon where you can help us if you want there, or you can spread the word if you can't currently financially help us, because that still helps. And we also have donations that you can do in stream to mess with us, and all of that will also go towards season 2. So,
indeed. Well, it's not messing with so much. The donations right now are currently to really help out the party. You could donate and give me things, which would be cool, but has yet to happen. So we'll see. We're going to go around, and we're just going to do very brief introductions this time. If you guys have a question you would like to ask the players, we could ask all of them. I traditionally do give your name, your character, your class, and then some kind of a question. What did you bring for show and tell, or what's your favorite class, or what's your worst class, something like that. If anybody in the chat has one of those questions, please chat it out to us or send it out to us, because I could not think of one today. So we'll go through the line, we'll do our introductions, and then if chat can provide us with a question, we will use that question. We are going to start. I'm going to roll a D3. We are going to start on the far side with the bard in the corner.
What up, what up? My name is Kate, and I play Jrmi, the Halfling bard, and I am 8 years old, and I like making lots of noise with my kazoo, and I look kind of like a blonde Merida.
Oh, sure. That's a good way of describing it.
Yeah.
For story reasons, I was actually going to send you a message this week and ask what Jrmi looked like.
There you go.
But
I knew.
you just told me, so now
clairvoyant.
It's already been done.
So.
Let's go next door to our next hero. Who's that?
Why, hello. My name's Theodûir. Theodûir is a elven sorcerer. He's 11 or 12, I want to say.
I think we said 12.
Did we say 12? Okay,
yeah.
12.
It's pretty important that he be the correct age.
Yes, he knows his age, for sure.
Just like he knows his father's name and his last name.
Yeah. Let's hear those right now.
Only you can pronounce them.
He definitely said them, and they were definitely cool, and they were definitely very profound.
I think at 6 episodes with no last name and no father's name that like we're approaching this event horizon where maybe you actually don't have a family name. Like maybe you're just an orphan, right? Like, no. Oh, well, my father.
Okay.
You all know.
I like the idea. It's like my father
me.
Hear about this, and everyone knows who I am, but literally no
one has ever heard of him.
Reputation alone.
No, now you're scaring me. I will have this information next week for sure.
You had better.
Or also make it up on the spot today.
That's good.
Cool.
Well,
but what is your class and race? Did you already say?
Elf and sorcerer.
Sorcerer. All right.
Yeah.
Last but not least, here today we have
Kevin, In XP web series, I play Zydromedes, the really awesome wizard who's totally not Gandalf. And in this particular session, I play Moss, who is a druid. He's a dwarf, and he probably looks like the Ewok with the hat and everything, but it's a little less hairy. Not much, but a little less hairy. Very fat, very short, very stinky. Very stinky. Just smells awful. It's like Pigpen meets an Ewok.
Less hairy somehow.
A little bit less hairy.
Grody.
Actually, less hairy on his face, but like everywhere else, he's pretty hairy probably.
Yeah, absolutely.
As much time as he spends, like he's probably got a couple feathers on him too, just like randomly places.
Oh yeah, and like somewhere there's a mushroom growing. Right?
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
It's mushrooms here. Just
Yuck.
he's a rancid creature, and I love him.
A rancid, terrible creature. Now, you may have noticed that we are currently missing one of our adventurers. We have every intention of including our friend Heather and or Valqwyn in the adventure today. She is just running a little bit late. So this very flimsy stuffed polar bear is going to substitute for Valqwyn, who is a half-drow fighter. And I don't exactly know what she looks like, but for the purposes of this stream, she's going to look like that polar bear. All right, so we're going to get started. One little thing to remind you guys about, as I put in the chat, if you want to make a donation to our stream, it unlocks 3 different sort of tiers of events in the game. If you make a $2 donation, it lets you heal one of our heroes, which, as we're about to start, they could desperately use. If you make a $4 donation, it allows those characters can get an automatic nat 20 on a roll of either an attack roll or a skill check, something cool like that. If you donate $6, it unlocks a special ability that is specific to each hero. So when you make your donation, make sure that you indicate which one of those heroes you want to receive their special ability. It could be an extra wild shape. It could be extra bardic inspiration. It could be an extra spell slot. Who knows? Anything can happen. All right. So as I mentioned in the intro, we're starting this week kind of in the middle of a very dangerous situation. You guys have been trekking into the Sashuran Hills, which are these kind of woody hills. Think, kind of a Kentucky, Appalachia sort of vibe, very hilly, kind of swampy. There have been a rash of kidnappings in this area. You guys were accompanied by Professor Erasmus von Thrash, who was a dragonborn barbarian and the professor of the Primitive Cultures and Anger Management course.
Right.
So you guys have been with him for a couple of days, and you've been investigating in some of these small towns, people who've gone missing, and you went trekking up into the hills to try to find the source of them. People had described them as being ogres. You're looking for ogres, big, burly-looking, dumb creatures about 9 feet tall. And these ogres happened upon your camp one night, and the professor tried to get you guys to stay inside your tent while he dealt with these ogres. But after what sounded like a big fracas outside, you were all kind of compelled to go out and see if your professor was in danger. And that's where we're going to start. You're outside your tent. It's nighttime. There's a campfire in kind of a wooded clearing. And you can clearly see the professor, on his last legs, get smoked by a club and drop. Kind of standing all around the fire in a big circle are about 6 big, nasty, burly-looking creatures. As I said, 9 feet tall, corded muscles, kind of porcine, orc-like faces. Cast in the firelight, they're very kind of ominous. You can only see glints of their teeth and their beady little eyes as they kind of come stalking in towards the camp. We'll say maybe Valqwyn is still asleep at present, or fainted, or something like that. But it's just the 3 of you guys outside the tent. As these ogres
I
are
prefer to
close.
think of her as just AFK and just following, not
Oh
moving.
yeah, right. She's just a
Just
weird glitching video game character. Yeah.
Stuck
That's
in a
totally
run
fine as
pose.
well. All right, so what do you guys do? These 6 ogres kind of slowly stepping over the professor and heading towards the tents. What do you want to do?
I want to hide.
Yeah, I think that's a good idea.
Okay.
Because they don't know we're
Guys wanna
there
make-
yet, necessarily, right?
Yeah, I'll make a stealthy check
Gets
with
to make
him.
stealth checks, sure.
Oh my god.
15.
This is something we're all really great
Ooh,
at.
and that one, baby.
Really good.
And that one,
Oh, Moss. Moss. Okay, I got a 19, so I'm
a 19.
Moss
Okay.
probably tried to run, fell down, and this was
Oh,
just
a horrible fart.
just a boisterous ground shaking.
But too
fart.
near the fire, so it caused the fire to kind of light up a little bit.
Yeah.
Not that you should use it now, but you do still have.
I know I have.
All right.
Yes.
I earned that inspiration. I'm going to use
Yes,
it.
Moss has inspiration from the merit patch he got last week for his baboon shenanigans. Check that episode out if you have not watched it.
It was great. I was great.
He smashed the place up.
Yeah, it was great. I was great. So you have fallen on your face and then farted very uproariously. You got a 19, Theodûir. Where do you hide in this little campsite you guys have erected?
There's no tent or anything. It's just
There's definitely a tent. Yep. You come out of your tent. So you just like go back in the tent.
Well, yeah. I go back in the tent, and I'll like.
You just like Homer Simpson into the tent, right? Like you hear
Yeah.
the tent just.
Yeah, just engulfed again. Yeah.
Perfect. What about you, Jrmi? You got a 15?
Yeah. Part of me wants to kind of just try and hide behind Moss because I can do that.
You don't want to behind me right
yeah,
now.
that's
I mean, he's prone, right? We kind of established that he's prone, so that would be a pretty tricky sell, I think.
So I'll probably just try and go around the tent.
Okay, yeah.
Behind him.
So these ogres are kind of stumbling up to the camp. They're maybe about 20, 30 feet away. Theodûir manages to successfully disappear into the tent. They all are kind of like recoil at the big extra belch of flame in the campfire from your horrendous, inappropriate fart. But Jrmi, as you circle around the back of the tent, you see there is actually an ogre approaching the campsite from that direction as well.
Shit.
And you guys kind of like bump directly into each other. This ogre, as I said, 9 feet tall, male, but kind of strikes you as odd. You get kind of a closer look at it. It's wearing like very uncomfortably tied under its chin, like a floral bonnet. It's like obviously way too small for it. It's clearly a male ogre, and this is like a natty, tattered old thing. It's got a big club on its shoulder, and it kind of looks down at you and like gasps in astonishment as it sees you. Moss, you're still kind of prone on the ground as these ogres come in. They start like kicking over the other tents and like searching the place. What do you guys want to do? Do you want to just stay where you are, Moss? Do you want to react?
In this situation, I think he's gonna like sit up. He's on his ass still. He's looking at these ogres. He looks around. He's by himself. He's gonna.
The slow little kid cry. Absolutely.
Yeah, just like I'm dead.
Jrmi, how do you react when you and this ogre are staring each other down?
I'm probably gonna try an intimidation.
Sure, go for it. For reasons that I will not tell you right now, you have advantage on this.
Oh, okay. Good. I got a 16.
Okay, what do you say?
Boo!
You say boo?
Yeah, I'm surprised too.
Totally.
So the only thing I can think of is just scream boo at it.
So it's got its club, and it like gasps, and then you say boo, and it like drops the club and stumbles back, horrified, kind of looking down at you, and it like bows its head and slumps its shoulders. It says, "I'm sorry, my lady." It looks very chastened.
That's okay. I'm not mad this time.
We didn't know you was here. We thought you was back at the place. And he like gestures over his shoulder farther up into the hills.
Well, I'm clearly here. So you are in trouble again.
Oh, I'm sorry, my lady. Not again.
Yep. Can I do a check right now?
Yeah, what do you want to do?
Myself. I don't know. Jesus. His insight, history.
What are you trying to figure out?
Who do they think I am? Do I know anything about?
Yeah, it would be up to you. If you're trying to read the ogre's body language or his like terms, that would be insight. If you're just trying to like recall historically, like, do I know anything about ogres? That would be history.
I'm gonna do a history
So it's kind
check.
of up to you. Okay.
Do I know anything about ogres?
You do that. Theodûir, you're still in the tent. You can kind of hear all of this happening. You're in there with Val, presumably. Do you want to interact in any way? You let me know if you want to do something.
Okay.
I
did hear that whole conversation.
You could hear that conversation because she's right on the other side of the tent, just outside of it. You can hear Moss kind of screaming about 15 feet away from where you are as well.
I'm gonna whisper to Val, not Val, to Jrmi. Because I heard that conversation, right?
You heard it, but like she's on the other side of the tent.
Can I somehow whisper to her? Maybe like can I go up to that side?
Give me a perception check, Jrmi. See if you can hear this. But
Okay.
Oh, okay.
Jeez, yikes. 3.
no. So what do you say to her, Theodûir?
Jrmi, tell that stupid ogre and all of his friends to leave.
Yeah, you
I don't
don't.
hear you at all.
You don't hear me, but that's what I say. I say something.
You're not. Yeah, basically, you're not sure whether that worked or not. You can still hear them out there. Moss, so you're kind of sitting there crying, and you see one of these other ogres comes over to you. It's got its club in one hand, but it also has like a pony under the other hand, like a full-sized pony that's kind of like kicking like sort of feebly, like it has been kicking all day, and now it's like exhausted.
Yeah.
Like every once in a while, we'll make like trying to like I hate this. The ogre will kind of come over and reach a paw down to you, like it's gonna pick you up. Do you try to run away?
I think it's badger time.
Okay, sure, yeah. Transform into a badger.
Yeah. So as probably his hand like gets down around me like a cage, it's just.
Sure.
And
do you want to attack him? You want to try to run away? What do you want to do?
I'm definitely attacking just his hand. Just
sure.
Eat shit. I think he's still startled because I got a 5.
Okay, yeah. So you kind of snarling and trying to bite at him. The ogre like just pulls his hand away immediately, and like picks up his club like he's about to smash you.
Oh goodness!
All right, let's cut back to Jrmi. So, what did you get on your history check, Jrmi?
Got an 11.
Okay. Ogres are sort of known for being greedy and lazy and stupid. So you don't necessarily, they don't have much of a culture or a history to know about. They just occasionally will group up in these little tribes and go wandering around. Kind of like orcs or goblins, they have a shamanistic culture, so they will usually follow nature spirits and that kind of thing. But they kind of always pay it lip service. They're not super like religious-y. And it seems very weird that they would be paying you any deference at all. They think anyone that's smaller than them is basically food.
All right.
So it doesn't make any sense. This guy is very like bowing his head in penitence. What do you want to do with him?
Okay, then I would like to persuade him to get his friends to listen to me.
Okay. Advantage on that as well.
Okay. Mod 20.
Okay, sure. What do you say?
I'll do this huge, like, dramatic sigh and like a little kid, like, stance. I'll be like, I can tell that you didn't mean to do this, but I'm gonna need you and your friends to explain themselves. Get everybody out here. Let's go.
Okay.
Tell them to stop ruining stuff. We're busy.
Oh, right, of course. Everybody shut up!
He like shouts to the other ogres. They all stop. You see the one like with the club is about to squash you. Moss like looks over, and this ogre with this bonnet comes stomping back around, and all 6 of them kind of gather up and they
Over there, I saw her.
they start talking to each other. What do you guys want to do?
I'm gonna walk around to the front of the tent and just kind of like try and look at where you guys are and be
Sure.
like,
I know Theodûir's still inside with Val, and Moss is a badger.
Yeah. A giant badger.
well, I'm used to
Giant
that,
badger.
at least.
Yeah.
Yeah, just Moss is just puffed up as big as he can. You know that classic like badger, like head up in the air, like looking like I'll fuck you up.
Yeah, right. Absolutely. Theodûir, are you still in the tent?
No, I'll come out. And I'll go next to Jrmi, and I'll be like,
Steal my thunder.
well, no. I'll actually, can I do like an insight check on the ogres?
Mm-hmm. Totally.
I want to see like, do I think that they think that like, are they, I don't know. I'm just trying to
Yeah,
kind of piece it together.
just to gauge the situation for sure.
Yeah. Oh, I got a natural 1.
Yeah, it's ridiculous because they should be that way towards you, right? Like Jrmi doesn't deserve any authority. Like
Yeah, You're right. That's how.
Cody,
This doesn't
I don't
make
know
any
why
sense.
this happens to you, but you always fail knowledge and insight checks, and I'm always giving you like this wrong assumption that you have.
Yeah.
Um,
It's like
right.
It's a fun way to spin it, though.
Absolutely.
Like,
yeah.
somehow.
So
Yeah.
you don't know what's going on. You're just so consumed with like effrontery. Like, how dare they not listen to you?
Why are they listening to her? I don't get it.
Absolutely.
I'm Theodûir.
So you guys
They
are all
know
kinda
my
grouped
father.
together.
I know they do.
What's up?
1 sec. I just have to plug my computer.
Oh, okay.
You have to plug your computer. What's a computer? Where?
Valqwyn woke up
Well,
in a second.
Valqwyn is here.
Well.
Excellent.
Really quickly.
No, you're good. And you got here exactly at the time you said you were going to be here too, actually. Pretty good. She can't hear me, but so while she sits down, we'll just give her an update as soon as she's ready to go.
No Chinese delight.
No Chinese delight today.
Thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome.
One of these days, yeah, you're gonna. Oh, she can't. Still can't hear me. She doesn't have her headphones in yet, Chad.
No.
So she can't hear what I'm saying.
Why are we watching playback?
I have all these
Well,
hilarious
it's just in case
jokes.
there's audio things and I can quickly.
Oh, I like
I was
it.
trying to get Chad up there, but I can't.
Aw. I like how the
I got
teddy
this for you
bear.
from Free Comic Book Day.
Oh my god, thank you.
That's so sad I couldn't
Everybody in the
remember.
chat say hi to Heather. Here she is.
Hello.
Chat is vocal today. That's what I like about
You're
Love
this.
it.
so vocal.
Very vocal chat. Yeah.
What did I miss?
Everything.
All right.
Everything.
So basically, Val, you guys are currently in a campsite with 6 ogres. Your
Okay.
professor has been knocked unconscious, and it looked like you guys were about to be smushed when the ogre suddenly started deferring to Jrmi and treating Jrmi like she was some position of authority.
Awesome. Theodore's
The
real
party
jealous.
currently Moss is a badger,
He is really jealous.
and Theodûir is upset about it because he doesn't understand why they're not listening to him.
Oh, I like it.
Yeah.
Of course you're upset about it.
I failed my first roll and farted boisterously into the fire.
There was a fart stealth
I
check.
know that seems
as
like some
happens.
magic
Yeah.
to me. They might have been impressed.
So you guys are all kind of in a little confab around the entrance to your tent at this campsite. About 15 yards away, these 6 ogres are in a similar little confab, and they're all kind of talking to each other. You can tell that they're trying to whisper and make it seem quiet, but you can clearly hear them. It's like a stage whisper situation.
I don't know what you're talking about. No, it is her. I told you it was her. Look at her.
And they all turn in unison over towards you and look at you, and they all
Just
turn
staring
back.
yeah.
But like, no, listen. If I says it's her, it's her. I'm Wigglebelly. I'm in charge here, and I says it's her. How she got here, I don't know. But the point is we got to listen to her, or else it's going to be hell to pay. Okay, I'm sorry. You're right. Of course I'm right.
And they all sort of as one turnaround. Was there anything you guys wanted to talk about while they're having their conference, or are you guys just listening to them the whole time?
I'm just listening.
Yeah, I think I am too. Just kind of like, oh.
I think like Moss is just like back and forth between like
He's a badger. I forgot.
just
Ready?
just
to
yeah,
fight
just
and
like
fuck.
okay.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
No rhyme or reason.
So the ogre with the bonnet, the silly floral bonnet, will kind of like over to you guys and look down.
I'm sorry, Princess Fiona.
He says to you,
We didn't know you was here, but we were out looking for ponies. See? Stinky Bum's got one.
and he points at one of the other ogres who's holding the pony that's kind of just collapsed in exhaustion.
We found you a pony. We was gonna bring it back to the place. Because that's what you asked us to do. Remember?
I'm gonna do a persuasion.
Sure. With advantage, don't forget.
Yeah. Okay, so 15. Be like, if you remember, I asked you to get my pony back as soon as possible, and this doesn't look like as soon as possible. Were you about to smash this place up?
No, he like looks back at the other ogres like, crap, I'm caught.
Well, we was just checking to see if that dragonborn fella.
And one of the ogres lifts up the professor by the ankle, and he's like looks unconscious.
If he had any ponies. He didn't have no ponies, so we was headed right back away to the place when we bumped into you. Sorry, your worshipfulness.
And he hangs his head.
I'm out
So
here
endearing.
with these very important people doing some work that you guys can't even comprehend, and you come in here and you smash up everything and you hurt someone really important and helpful.
Oh no! We didn't know it was important.
Yeah.
He was a little dragon man. How was we supposed to know?
Well, if
I'm
you listen
sorry.
better.
Your Majestiness. What can we do to make it up to you?
I may be willing to forgive you. If you
He looks at like hope in his eyes.
If you can make this dragon person really comfortable and make sure that if anything happens to them or us, that's where I'm gonna leave it.
Okay, yeah.
A little threatening face.
With an 18, intimidate.
Just what'd you get? What was your total?
18.
Nice.
Just terror in his eyes. Right? Like the like unresolved threat just fills him. He imagines the worst possible things that could happen to an ogre.
Of course, yes. We'll take him back right away, won't we? Won't we, boys? Yeah.
And all the ogres are nodding furiously.
Well, would you like us to carry you back to the castle?
Handy.
No, wait. What were we doing out here again?
We were looking for
someone to
disappearing.
We're investigating a kidnapping.
Right.
But they have the Dragonborn, don't they?
Well, yeah,
Wasn't that who were
he's
investigating?
unconscious.
No,
So the
he's our
Dragonborn
professor.
was your
Or
professor.
with us.
Yeah.
Dragonborn was beaten. to
Professor
unconsciousness
Thrash,
by the
right?
Anger management.
Professor, yeah, Erasmus von Thrash is his name.
Erasmus. Is it Von Thrash? Is that his last
Von
name?
Thrash, yes.
Von Thrash.
Von Thrash.
Okay.
Yes, he is
Have we
unconscious.
asked them if they know anything about the kidnapping yet?
Well, we'll get.
I think
we'll get.
we should not tell them that. No, yeah.
Um,
They could be the ones kidnapping people.
It's true, yeah.
They are currently kidnapping us. So.
Yeah. Someone be like,
We are in the process of a kidnapping.
forget
What
going
do you wanna
back
do?
to the castle. We have important business to do out here. I want everyone to set up a perimeter, and I want you to make sure that this fire doesn't go out. And we are staying here. You understand?
They'll kind of look at each other.
I'm sorry, your most righteousness, but I don't think I fully understand what a perimeter is.
That's okay. I forgive you because you're very loyal.
I am that. That's true.
I just want you to make a circle around where we're sleeping and keep a lookout for ponies.
Circle is the one with no sides on it, yeah?
Yeah, this one.
Yes.
Got it.
Well
Got
done.
it.
Surround us.
Surround you, got
That's
it?
why you're my
She
favorite.
wants us to surround them, boys!
Oh no.
Did he ask what a circle was?
He did.
Start stomping
He asked
away.
what a circle
and they like
was.
form like
Not
kind of a
everyone has your
lopsided
big
like
theater.
oval. And they spend a lot of time arguing
your
about
eyes.
like the angles.
You gotta scoot in! She said no corners, you're clearly at a corner.
So they do that for like 10 minutes as they argue about how to make it. What do you guys want to do in that time?
Oh boy. I'm gonna go back into the tent and then I'm gonna freak out.
Okay.
Just slowly walking. Yeah.
I just don't understand. They clearly are dumb. They don't even know what a circle is.
But, I mean,
Careful.
brains isn't everything. There's a lot of strength out there too. Theodûir.
I think Moss is just like, they went inside the tent, I guess, and Moss is outside the tent, still back and forth.
He badgered and he doesn't get out of his
Complete aggro still. It's like no threats.
Calm down.
There's
But
like
just
digging
ready.
in the front.
Digging a moat around there.
He's
For
so
no
angry.
reason.
He's just like
Like a
circling
6-inch
inside, like,
remote
2
that like
minutes.
wouldn't stop even you, much less an ogre.
I want to go
So
over to
you-
Moss and kind of encourage what he's doing.
Looking good there, Badger Moss.
Good job, Moss. You keep digging.
That's
And then I'll look back at the group and I'll say, Moss likes to do this.
He likes to listen to me.
He likes this. Encourage him.
It makes him happy.
He's in the dirt. Of course.
Trying to make him into my pet. My pet badger.
Horrible.
so sadistic the whole time, just like, yes, this is what he loves.
You also have the unconscious professor with you as well.
Okay, perfect.
Can I do a heal check?
Do
on
medicine if you want. Yeah.
that one? Oh boy, 12.
12. Okay. Yeah, he's right on death's door. He basically was there for a long time with no medical attention, and so you were like getting him at 2 failed death saves when you managed to
damn.
stabilize him out. So he is like stabilized, still unconscious, He would need to basically rest for an hour before he could come back and spend some hit dice. But yeah, he is currently alive. You've saved him. His glasses are broken. And he's all like this. He's missing several teeth and like all effed out. Yeah, he fought 6 ogres by himself, right? Yeah,
Did pretty well.
Pretty hardcore.
Yeah.
No, he didn't.
So
He did
ogres-
poorly.
clearly the ogres have made a perimeter. They're just kind of standing there.
Is it nighttime, right?
It's nighttime. Yep.
So they're looking at the stars. Oh, I like that one.
We should maybe discuss what we're going to do.
Yeah, that would be great.
Well, you guys can bring Valqwyn up to speak. She was asleep for a bit.
Yeah, you're a heavy
Yeah,
sleeper.
awkwardly.
Pretty heavy sleep about, yeah.
I was behind a tree having some really nice dreams. So,
Professor was fighting them for quite a while.
wow.
Yeah, you guys basically all that they know so far, Val, is that they're up here in these hills investigating these kidnappings. They had heard from some of the people, like they went to some of the villages people had been kidnapped from and talked to them. And ogres basically stormed into town, grabbed some people, and left. And so you and the professor went up into these hills, like, well, the ogres are obviously somewhere up here, triangulating the position of these different raids. And then one night while you were camping, all these ogres descended on your campsite. The professor tried to fight them off, but was overcome. And then they, the minute they saw Jrmi, they all basically stopped fighting. As though Jrmi is somehow... They clearly think she's someone else. The name that they dropped was Princess Friona. Friona, like Fiona, but with an
Maybe
R.
she is. We don't know
Can I
anything
do
about
a
Jrmi yet.
history check on that name?
Absolutely. Yep. Go for it.
Natural 20.
Ooh.
Boom. You know everything about her. Oh.
You do. You know her entire. You have her social security number. You know her. No, but a natural 20 will tell you that it's obviously not a real princess. There are no princesses in this region. It's kind of a lawless region. There's like the little individual towns are kind of ruled by mayors, and that's it. But the name Friona, when you had been in these villages, you've been talking to these sort of commoners, these peasants, and talking about these ogre raids. And one of them had talked about how, you know, a couple of months ago, the first real indication of an ogre raid, they had fallen on this small town, and they had killed several people, but most of a family. Of basically like a cobbler, people who made shoes, and they had found all the bodies of that family except for one little girl named Friona, and she disappeared. Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah, you only know that because of a nat 20. It's the only reason. Come on, Cody.
Wow.
And all of a sudden, he just remembers her social security number too.
Yeah.
Like,
oh
yeah.
yeah.
4-1. All of the people that have been kidnapped, are they, like, what kind of people are they?
So this is what's been unusual about them, is that they've been kind of a range of different people. There have been some children have been kidnapped. There was a baker, someone who specialized in pastries. There was a toy maker and a dressmaker were grabbed from nearby towns. Yeah.
Interesting.
So,
Some livestock has also been stolen. Sheep, pigs, but a sort of a predominance of like young horses or ponies as well.
So with that nat 20, would I know if Jrmi is the person that they think she is?
You don't. No, you wouldn't know if they're not the same person clearly because Jrmi wasn't here. Jrmi wouldn't have been kidnapped. Jrmi has a family. But you know that with your 20, you'd heard a description. She was like small and blonde and had curly hair. She wasn't a halfling, but yeah.
Small
They just
blonde.
Like you could see, yeah, they look superficially similar, but yeah.
to these dumb ogres, they look the same.
Is there any way that?
They're very racist. Ogres.
Oh, says the elf.
I think
The
while he
high elf.
explains this, I think Moss will stick his head in, like
that
just
mean?
inside the tin, just go.
Like under the lining, right? Like the tin
Yeah.
just pegs down. You like
So
come up
comes
from
in,
underneath.
he makes his comments to the group and then goes back to digging outside. Like,
I love how it hasn't been an hour yet.
yeah.
Boy,
Keeps
Moss.
going. It's great.
Good boy.
Well done, young one.
Horrible. What do you guys want to do?
He's such a bad person.
I'm such a bad person. Is there any way? So you basically know what the princess looks like, right?
Yeah, I'll probably spill the beans on all of that.
Perfect.
If I knew that stuff, yeah.
Do you know if there's a way that we can make Jrmi look
Because
more
I'd
like
probably
her?
be really like, oh, clearly this is why they don't pay attention
Yeah,
to
that's
me.
it's an excuse now, right?
Oh, of course.
Because I don't look like her.
You look just like her. I should just cut my hair a little bit, and maybe then they would listen to me.
I don't know if that would do much.
And maybe, I suppose
The
I'm
whole
not short enough,
foot
am I?
of difference.
Yeah,
in
there
height,
you go.
yeah.
That's the reason.
That's
You're
the
you're-
reason.
You're just short enough, aren't you, Jrmi?
Yep. Pretty small.
It'll be
do you guys
beneficial
wanna
for
do?
you sometimes, I think.
I wonder if Princess plays kazoo too.
I don't know. I feel like I could win him over by being a cool princess. They seem pretty afraid of her.
Yeah.
I say we play up the game, and then we find out how we can get all these people back.
Yeah. So it seems to me that they're taking all these people back to their castle.
For some kind of celebration.
Or just to take care of the princess.
Maybe
Celebration.
a ceremony.
Oh, yeah.
You said it was a tailor. Like, was there a tailor?
Specifically a
dressmaker.
Dressmaker, a
A
toy
dressmaker.
maker, and a pastry baker.
Pastry
Yeah.
maker.
It's gonna be
Oh.
her birthday.
It kind of sounds like she's just getting spoiled.
Yeah, I mean, if they're kidnapping ponies and,
And
stuff,
ponies.
too. Yeah.
and
She's-
friends and like
they're
yeah.
kidnapping
Yeah,
friends.
other children. Yeah,
Yeah.
The other thing. Yeah.
Sounds like your kind of girl there,
You
Theodûir.
might have met your soulmate.
Is she there? She must really be there. I
Should
think we
meet
should
this
go.
princess? Instantly.
Wait a minute.
Yes, my dream
I
moment.
think we should go. We should maybe meet this. What's her name again?
Princess Fiona.
Friona. Yeah,
Friona.
Princess Friona.
Maybe she could help us. Well, no, probably not. She'd probably make us stay. Wow. We should go.
He's having this intro.
You're the only one in the scene.
Loud.
Everyone's just watching you
wait.
think
Yes.
through this. Yeah.
No. Yes.
We
Wait,
left ours.
hold
yeah.
on. Good point.
We're outside just playing in the dirt with Moss. Yes, no.
Good point, Moss. Good point.
You're a good boy, Mom.
So do you guys want to stay here tonight, or do you want to head up? You want to take them up on their offer and go to the castle? What's the plan?
I would say overnight would be good to stay here, and then we can head out in the morning.
Yeah, I'm okay
Yeah.
with that.
Yeah.
Or we could ride on their backs and sleep on their backs.
We could. But, I mean, the professor still needs to rest a bit.
Yeah.
That's true.
Badger Moss, what are you
Like
thinking?
showing up in the daytime just seems scary.
Thought so.
Just foam at the mouth.
Yeah. He's like, he digs a little bit more and then
Yeah.
It's right outside the
I like
tent,
the idea that
like,
when the hour hits,
Alright.
you don't really turn back. You just pop back into moss, and you're still in the dirt.
yeah,
"Ah."
still just
Aw.
like,
still just going to.
Sad about it.
Yeah, I would say probably by now, if you guys sit in the tent and Theodûir discusses the issue with himself for 45 minutes, that an hour has likely
Yeah.
passed.
Yeah,
It means that Moss's thing would wear out, and that the professor would come too, basically.
Cool.
He's kind of blinking and looking around. What happened?
Professor!
Are you alive?
Oh my god, you won't believe what happened.
You're probably right. I won't
right,
believe what happened. Oh, my glasses. Where are my spectacles?
They're a little broken.
oh, if Moss is back, I can actually, I can fix those.
Oh, no.
I can use mending,
Yeah.
which is a cantrip of
Yeah.
mine.
Oh,
so I
cool.
can-
Yeah.
Oh, you got
Yeah.
Fix
Handy.
his glasses.
Yeah, so
He's kind of
Moss
looking at
is-
them sadly.
Moss will just be like his awful, nasty fingers. He'll put his hand on his glasses, and they're fixed, but now there's just caked with mud and stuff.
Yeah, they get
gonna
dirty.
grab
They're
them
fixed,
and
but they're
fix
dirtier.
They're
yeah.
they're dirty as hell, but they're fixed.
Oh.
They're just
I'll prestidigitate the dirt off.
Spoil him.
Thank you very much. Let me put this back on.
You are.
Oh. He's this little, so he's a dragonborn, right? And he's teeth are he's all still effed up. He's been beaten by these ogres. A big black eye. And he puts his little pinch nez glasses on the end of his draconic face. He kind of, excuse me. Children, can you please explain to me what has happened since I've gone under?
I woke up.
Yes.
So did I.
Professor. Yeah, I'm glad. Welcome back to the world.
Did you defeat the ogres?
Yes, we did.
Uh,
We conquered them
Oh,
with our.
kind of.
With
Apparently
our
Theodûir
mouths.
conquered them. Oh no!
you conquered them with your what?
Our words, I mean, Professor.
Ah.
Our words.
I thought you said your bowels with a B. That was
Well, I said
confusing.
Mouths with an M.
Moss will just raise his arms like, that was me.
Yep, totally.
Mars conquered them with his bowels, yes.
Oh my. You guys can explain the situation to the professor if you wish.
Yes.
Consider it explained.
He seems kind of bemused, but, well, if you have this power over them, Jrmi,
Yeah.
perhaps you wish to exploit this in some way?
Yeah, that feels correct. For the situation.
That feels right to me.
They are ogres.
Exploitation.
I feel
Yes.
like we can trick them into maybe bringing us to people who've been kidnapped because I feel like they're probably behind it. So we're just trying to figure out how to do it.
I would agree with this plan, yes. But what about the rest of us? We are not, how you say, princesses, necessarily.
We're her entourage.
Yeah, they're my new friends that I made, and they're very important to me, and I need them with me at all times.
I'm her personal bodyguard because
Oh.
ogres can't always see all this stuff.
We are Princess Fiona's junior adventuring
Circus.
circus.
Moss's
Oh,
eyes will light up. He's like, I get to be a baboon?
Not right
We
now.
will
Again, baboon?
What's up?
No! It's a repeat of last week.
Well, yes, I think this is correct. If we just pretend to be friends or hangers-on to the princess. I'm like weird French German. No one's quite sure what his accent is.
Yep. I
Um,
was wondering, but keep going.
who knows?
We don't know what they
I don't
sound
know
like.
either.
Come on. They
It's a
could
fast
be
Dragonborn.
French German.
Mine changes all the time.
Every single line of dialogue. Well, then I am in agreement. You are the junior adventurers, and I will follow your lead if we come to a situation that requires some extra, kind of like pat his great sword muscles, and perhaps I could help you. Otherwise, I think I will hang back and let you solve this issue. You seem to have it capably in claw.
Yes.
Okay, I think. Wait, do we want to sleep or is it better to not go there in the daytimes in case people see better? Maybe night's better.
Up to you, princess.
No, it's up to the group. I'm not actually a princess.
I have dark vision.
Yeah, we all have
night
dark
doesn't-
vision except for you.
Oh,
You brag.
Ogres.
I have dark vision.
Yep.
I want to ride on the ogre's shoulders.
Okay.
I
yes,
figured
that's a
that-
great
okay.
idea, Moss.
Should we go to the castle now? But we need a story, right?
Of why we want to go now?
When we get there, because she'll probably be there.
She might be
Theodûir
right.
kidnap her. He'll distract her.
She's an imposter.
Be like, I think
Princess
you're my
Fiona is
soulmate.
there.
The real one.
She's the real one.
I will
She's an
introduce
evil.
myself. I'm sure she's
And then
heard
somehow
of me.
there's one laser pistol that's being held by somebody, and you have to
Yeah.
like the ogre has to decide which one is
I
the real
don't know.
princess. Yeah, somehow that happened.
This one. Well, Theodûir, you can always go ahead of the group and try to introduce yourself to the princess and tell her tales of your father and yourself. Then we
Go
can
up
bring
by
the
myself.
real, just a little bit ahead of us, just like a little bit.
You and Moss could go, because I know
Yeah.
that he's your best friend, even though you don't want us to know that.
Are you both trying to play me for a fool?
Yeah.
Maybe.
I'll not go ahead by myself.
I'll go with
You won't
you.
be by yourself. Moss will be with you.
I appreciate that.
I think
Moss,
we
but
should split the party.
Yeah. I think.
What is
I
the
think
motto of the Junior Adventuring League?
Leave Theodûir behind.
How
Food.
dare you, Professor? Are you hearing this?
Breakfast
I'm
first.
staying out of this whole debate. He's got like his clipboard out and he's like making notes, like, "Oh, leaves the party behind."
Are you teasing me?
We'll get second breakfast
It is
after
party
that.
above all. As much as it fights with my concept of survival of the fittest, I'm beginning to appreciate that.
You know, I find Theodûir only agrees with something when it works in his benefit.
I think you're right.
How dare you?
All I'm I'm like imagining
Fine.
is Jrmi and I on one side, Theodûir like in the corner by a post considering things, and then Moss just kind of sitting on the floor by the thing, just like playing with dirt.
Yeah,
If it
Just
suits
like
you,
I
then
think
I
I'd
will.
like so.
I will go ahead.
Can I go ahead?
Goodbye.
Can I come?
I'm going.
Can I come?
And
Do you actually leave, or do you just like stand in the door, like waiting for them to stop you? Right, like I'm leaving now. I'll do it.
I will.
Here I go. I'm going.
You can't stop me. No, don't
really
stop
will.
me.
I
Why is
will.
anyone stopping me?
Guys, we just need a plan is all.
No, so you don't have to go ahead of hand. So we'll travel together in a group most of the way, and then when we're within like a short distance of that, you and Moss can go a little bit faster ahead of us, and Jrmi and I'll kind of lag behind a little bit, so you can go and find the princess.
Why do I have to go ahead?
Because you want to meet the
Why
princess.
not?
Because you
Because
can
I have
stand
the real
up to her.
princess.
You
You
don't
are the
feel
one
bad
that they
about it.
respect. Clearly.
But when they see both of us together, they're gonna freak out.
Yeah.
And you're the crabbiest sometimes, and are really good at yelling at people, and you don't feel bad about it. So I think that you gotta go ahead a little bit.
You can
when we
tell her
get
so
closer.
many stories about your father, Theodûir.
I don't understand why you two want me to go ahead.
You're
I
going
feel
with
like this
us.
is...
Can I come?
I need to roll an insight check on my party. I feel like they're trying to like put
Wow.
me
Do
into a...
Do it. You can roll one on me, man.
Okay,
Check my insight.
go for it.
Can I come?
I'm not going ahead.
Whoa.
I'm not...
I felt like you were a minute ago.
Yeah,
You're
no, I was
"No, I
like,
won't do
no.
it." Nothing would make me go. I'll go. I'll do it. It doesn't matter at any moment. You
No,
can just
I will not.
flop back and forth.
So I think we've discovered that Theodûir is bipolar.
What's the
today.
plan?
It's good to know.
What?
I think we leave in a caravan
Uh-oh.
is the plan.
Might-
We try and get.
I think we're leaving the
that-
caravan in the morning.
In the morning?
I'm tired. Dug a hole.
You did. You dug a little moat.
I thought you wanted to sleep on ogre backs.
I want to ride on an ogre. I want to sleep now.
Okay.
Moss is now grumpy and he's going to bed.
Yeah, right.
All right.
Okay. You guys want to rest then?
Yeah, sure.
Cool. How's my audio? Am I coming in and out?
You're great.
Good for us.
Okay.
Unrelated to the audio.
Oh, hi.
The audio is terrible, but you're really hot. Okay. So yeah, you guys can rest. The day will pass. It's a little bit tricky to sleep because you start to hear the snores of the ogres, kind of going in like a sequence. So like one will start and another one will pick it up, and it's this weird like cacophonous choir of
Oh, God.
like horrible pig sounds. It's really gross. You
Moss,
guys managed to sleep through the night.
Moss sleeps like a baby. It's just great.
Yeah, you don't care. The professor will awaken refreshed, being like preparing breakfast for you guys by the fire. He looks a little bit like spooked out by all the ogres, but all the ogres are the hell asleep. Do not wake up unless prodded. Anything you want to do in the morning before you guys depart?
How asleep are the ogres? Like pretty...
Oh, no.
Pretty asleep?
Extremely
Pretty
asleep,
fastly
like
asleep.
slumped against trees. One of them is like face plant in a bush.
Are they still in the
like as though he
perimeter
was sitting up and he
formation?
just like went down. Yeah, they're still kind of in it. Some of them have like
asleep
fallen.
in their spots.
Yeah,
wanna go-
basically. One of them
kinda
is
wanna go around.
standing and is just kind of like,
Let's just cool them all.
Oh, God. Just assassinate each one after the other.
No, I don't want to kill them. I kind of want to go around and maybe like pickpocket them a little bit though. See if there's information or something. I don't know.
Oh,
Like,
some sleight of hand. How many are there? 6?
6.
Okay. Well, Jrmi can go
for
distract
it.
the one that's standing and falling
what
asleep.
would you like me to roll for that, Timothy?
What are you trying to do? You're trying to pickpocket?
Well, I'm trying to
sleight of hand.
like maybe see if they have any kind of information. I don't know, information on them or something like that. I guess it's pickpocketing.
Well, you would know if you look at them. They don't really have like pockets or anything in the traditional
no.
sense. They're wearing.
Okay.
Some of them are wearing loincloths. One of them is just straight up naked.
Ah,
And
yeah.
it has no shame about it. Yeah, like some of them have like loincloths that have like like dwarf skulls tied to them, things like that. Some of them are wearing ratty sandals. One of them is wearing like a boot that's like somehow way too big for it. It's like, but it's an 8-foot tall ogre. Like whose boot is that? That's that big. You don't see anything on them that's like clearly, oh, I'm gonna take that purse. But you could do a sleight of hand to basically like check them out and see what the situation is if you want.
All right. Why not?
Okay.
What could go wrong?
Ooh,
A lot could go wrong.
Yep. I'm gonna wake them all up.
I got a 6.
A 6?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, you can go over to the one that's like faceplant in the bush. He's probably the one that's the most pickpocketable. Yeah, and you can rummage around. He really doesn't have anything of like crazy value. You can find some of these skulls. You can find like a bag that's kind of squirming around and is filled with mice. Mice just come out of it.
Ew.
And that's about the extent of it. Yeah. He's got
Probably
a bag
his
full
dinner.
of mice.
Now his dinner's gone.
No real leads.
He had a bag full of mice.
I'm looking
Yeah.
at the mice, like, trying to figure out, like, like, what could this possibly mean?
No leads there, I guess.
No. I mean, he's got a huge club, but it's basically like a tree that he's pulled out of the ground. It still has roots on the end of it. Like
Oh
it's,
my gosh.
yeah,
Pretty
it's not-
typical ogre attire, I guess.
Absolutely.
All right, then I'll just go back.
Okay. Yeah. Anything else you guys want to do? The professor has like breakfast cooked up for you guys, like sausages and
Aw,
stuff.
he's quick.
I will eat that.
Yeah,
I will
I'm
go
joining
to there.
in there. I did not wash
Oh,
my
yeah.
hands, but I'm using my hands to eat.
I'm all up in
Yeah,
there
I think that's assumed, Moss. I don't think you have ever washed your hands.
No, not willingly.
No. Like unwilling. No. As soon as
Yeah.
It's like the
scrubbing your
first time
It's like
was when we were in
Moss's
that, like,
first
ocean.
haircut. It was just Moss's first cleaning. It's just like,
Oh, no.
hands. You look really different afterwards, and no one recognizes you for a while.
Dad combs your hair over. You get the part down the side. Comb.
Or was like,
Grumpy.
School
oh.
pictures day. Yeah. Okay, cool. So if you guys want to eat breakfast and get ready to go, you can go wake the ogres. Do you want to walk with them, or do you want them to carry you, or what's the plan?
Carrie.
We want
Carrie.
them to carry us.
Okay, cool. The professor will kind of side-eye the idea of being carried by an ogre. He'll just kind of walk along with you guys. But the other ogres will, yes, of course. They'll sort of just pick you up. Unless, like, told otherwise, they will just, like, hold you in their hand like that.
Oof.
And it's a little bit uncomfortable.
Yeah.
So you guys
Moss-
can kind of end up wherever you want.
Moss is gonna end up on the one without the skulls of dwarves around his belt. He'll end up
Cool.
The naked
The
one.
on
naked
his
one.
shoulder. Honestly, yeah, the naked one. He'll be on the naked one's shoulder.
I'm with
Gotcha.
the one with the bonnet, right?
Yeah, that's a
Yeah.
Wiggle Belly. Wiggle Belly is the leader.
Wiggle Belly. Cool. I'm gonna be
Yeah.
on Wiggle Belly's shoulder.
Okay. What
I'm
about
cool
you
with any
two?
of them. I just want to ride on their shoulders.
Gotcha. Yeah, they'll put you up there.
Yeah.
One of them has the pony. Smelly Bum has the pony. And I assume no one wants to be anywhere near Smelly Bum because of Smelly Bum.
Moss is
unfortunately.
probably looking longingly at Smelly Bum, actually, like,
But Smelly Bum is wearing a necklace of 3 dwarf skulls, so I feel like
Yeah.
we're probably not into that.
and
Yeah.
Moss likes his name, doesn't like the dead dwarf
Yeah.
family.
Right. I like that you're like attracted to other people that smell bad.
Yeah.
You're like, oh, kindred
Well, I think
spirits.
I'm sure he's got like an acute sense of smell at this
Sure.
point. Like he's just
Yeah.
smells
Yeah.
everything, and
yeah.
It's like a dog's nose.
yeah.
You get like a little high.
He's turned into an
You
animal
smell
so
things
much
like
that now he's like developed keen senses, but not
Absolutely.
really.
So you guys will march for sort of the better
Really?
part of the morning, kind of crashing through the brush. These ogres are not very stealthy, and there's knocking down trees and like kicking over boulders and all kinds of stuff just to get things out of their way. You leave this just wake of destruction behind you. It's kind of remarkable that like anyone couldn't just follow that back up to their castle, right? They had to bring in adventurers. So they're kind of stomping their way through, and eventually, like coming up on the top of this hill, you guys can see this kind of ruined-looking structure that's supposedly the castle. Allow me to read some box text for you guys.
Oh.
A ruined structure stands amid a copse of trees. Red sandstone is choked with ivy in those places where the walls still stand, smashed rubble where they do not. Inside an exterior curtain wall, the steepled roofs of wooden buildings can be seen, though even from a distance, these look battered and staved in too. A large section of the walls of the wall on the complex's south side has been just demolished, leaving only a heap of rubble. Seated atop said rubble heap is an enormous ogre, wearing what appears to be a baby's bassinet as a helmet. He kind of stares out purposefully across the landscape, but doesn't seem to really react or see you guys until you get really, really close. He kind of stands up and looks excitedly and points towards Stinky Bum.
Yeah, but a pony.
He says, Stinky Bum just kind of like,
It's my pony. Give it to me. No, Rainbow Sparkle, I will not give it to you.
and they start debating into an argument.
Well, the princess told me that I had to bring her a pony. You told me that. I'm bringing her the pony.
And they can get into a fracas. What do you guys want to do?
Well, since we're carrying the princess.
Haha.
Oh my god.
I was scared. Okay, I'll just, I guess, intimidate.
Sure.
Check.
Advantage.
19.
Cool. Are you talking to both of them? Any one of them in particular?
I'm just gonna like scream enough.
Okay. You scream enough. They both stop and turn. The baby bassinet like falls forward on his head, so he's blinded for a second. And the one holding the pony just drops the pony. The pony hits the ground and like tries to run and gets grabbed by another ogre. It has this like 2-second moment of freedom, like I made it, and then gets grabbed.
Oh god, the poor pony.
All the ogres are staring at you in terror. Rainbow Sparkle, the one with the thing on his head, manages to just like peel it back and looks at you and points.
I'm sorry, Your Majesty. I thought
And he like gestures back into the structure, the like keep.
I thought you were.
And he won't stop. He just keeps going back and forth.
I just want to
so
scream
stupid.
like, I
It's
want
funny.
all of you out here now.
Okay.
Right here. And then have them put me down.
You're trying to like get everyone inside the complex?
Or just like,
In front of it.
yeah, the people who could hear me. Like, not necessarily all of them, but like
Yeah,
my
I'll roll
group and
perception.
then, Rainbow Sparkle.
Rainbow Sparkle. Yeah, okay. The ogres will kind of come over. You see one more of them kind of like is peeking over the curtain wall, like trying to see what's going on from inside the complex, but they don't actually come out. So yeah, you can get them all to kind of amass around you. There's 7 ogres now and 1 watching over the wall.
Okay.
What do you want to do?
Boy. God. I'm gonna try and tell this entire group that I need a bunch of wildflowers. And I need them all to go out and get them for me and bring them back and pile them right here.
Okay, sure.
Nice.
Do that for a while.
Do a persuasion with advantage.
Ugh. 22.
Yeah, okay. They sort of nod like, with purpose, like, of course.
Yes, wallflowers. I know what wallflowers is. Yeah.
A couple of them just start to kind of wander off in the direction of where they think they are. And in like a minute's time, you're alone in the clearing. The only one that seems hesitant is Wigglebelly, who still has the pony. He's kind of like,
Do I bring the pony? Does the pony look for wallflowers? Or
I will take the pony.
okay,
and he
Does
just
it have a
like
harness
puts
on it or anything?
what?
Does it have like a harness on it or anything? Just a pony.
He just like
Just a
puts the
pony.
pony down. The pony's like kicking, like get me down.
Oh no.
I think Moss will actually jump in on the pony thing because
Yeah.
I've got a decent
Yeah.
animal handling, so Moss
Sure.
will run up and be like, "Oh, pony, cool."
Pony.
Oh no!
Moss will walk towards the pony, fall down, and just go.
I mean, I'll try.
It's your only like failure, no
got
matter
an
what it
ace.
is.
Every
Like,
time.
roll a
just
history
falls.
check. Have I heard of that guy? Moss falls over and poops his
Just farts boisterously.
I got a 19 on animal handling.
There we go.
Okay, yeah. The pony is like freaked out, but is like clearly happy to be away from the ogre. So it's kind of like neighing and tossing its head and just freaking out. But you can like keep it still, basically.
Yeah. Okay. Cool.
The minute that the pony is out of his hands, Wigglebelly will walk off into the trees. So you guys are alone now. You see that there's the one ogre like peeking over the thing, and she's like trying to like find a way to climb over the wall. Like doesn't think to like go around and go through the door. She's like trying to
Oh
can't
gosh.
manage to do it. So that's what's up.
Wonderful.
All right. I'm gonna just be like, do you guys think that we should try and like sneak around and find this other woman and the people who are missing?
Yeah. Yeah, I think that's a good idea.
I don't know.
You think we should just sneak them out?
Well, I just want to find where I want to know where this other like free.
If we leave ogres here, they're just gonna go wreck the place up. other places.
But I just want to know where Fiona is first. Because,
Well, let's just go meet her.
Maybe we can talk to her before they figure stuff's out.
Agreed. Yeah. I think we should definitely try to find her. Okay. And maybe we'll run into the other missing people while we try to find her, but we should definitely look for her first.
Pony.
Yeah, that'll be a good gift.
So what's the plan?
I guess we head into the complex and try to look for Fiona.
Okay, cool. Let's maybe take a break. It's like 5 now. We'll take a 5-minute break, and then we'll be back.